Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace the convertible top on a Nissan 300ZX produced between 1993 and 1996. Before I get on to replacing it, I want to show you guys the condition of this convertible top. As you can see, the rear windows are completely gone. Somebody tried to fix it with silicone. Um, it's torn in a few places and it's leaking here. Um, the color is completely faded. That's about it. So it definitely needs replacement, and I'm going to be doing that. Hopefully, you guys will find it helpful. All right, so I've taken the convertible top halfway up, and first of all, I'm going to be taking off all these screws. As you can see, some of them have already come out, worn out. The clips have worn out, and they already came out. So I'm going to be taking everything apart and then start taking the weather stripping out from here. So when it comes to these panels, what you got to do is carefully pry them off, or so that they pop out of the clips, and be careful because these are, I believe these panels are no longer made by Nissan, and you got to salvage every single part that you can. There are about four screws that hold down the weather stripping, two on each side, and there are 10 screws that holds down the metal clip on the center. So to pull off the handle, you actually have to, well, the handle is actually attached to those two tabs there. Um, it's a little bit tricky. You just gotta pry it and wiggle it out of those two brackets. Okay. Okay, so we found out that the other side was just screwed on and held by clips, but this side actually is glued onto the headliner. So we got to use a heat gun to actually probably separate the glue from the panel. Okay, it's finally off. Okay, so this weather stripping is a little bit tricky. The previous one I tried to put silicone in it, so I'm gonna have to use a heat gun so I don't damage it completely. And then use a heat gun and soften this part. is finally off. Alright. Okay, now I can go ahead and take the headliner out. Okay, so I'm going to try and take this trim piece out. Might use a heat gun while I have it. The headline is coming off with this trim. Okay, so when I was taking the headliner off, I noticed this rivet here. So what you got to do is you got to drill this piece out. Okay, so now we're going to attempt to take the brackets off. It's held by 2 screws. Okay, so to take this weather stripping off, I gotta take these 2 screws out. There's one more screw here. Okay, so now I'm going to take the headliner off, but luckily my top is torn, so I can exactly see where the headliner is attached. It's attached to this retainer here, which actually clips off, so you gotta, it's sitting on this rail, so that's what you gotta take off. This part is a little bit difficult. This is a clip shaped like a C, so you gotta slowly pry it off and then just pull the clamp, and then so this actually wraps the headliner around this rail. It's a little bit difficult and risky. You might even break it. Thankfully mine didn't break. The headliner is off. Okay, so now it's time to take this part off. This is the part of the top which is glued and wrapped around. So I'm just going to use a heat gun to separate the glue off the frame. Okay, so I don't need this stitch. This part is actually glued to the frame, but the back part is actually stitched to the top, as you can see right here. So I'm just gonna keep the stitch and pull the glue off. Top part off. This is also glued. All right, after taking the top part of the convertible top, you'll be able to locate the cables. So what you should do is take the screw out and take the whole cable out, and tape the screw to the cable so you don't lose it, or mix it up with other screws. When I was removing the cable screw, I pulled it a little bit and it came off. So definitely I'll need to buy a set of cables for both sides. You should too, if you have the available funds for this. You should order the weather stripping kit and the cables for the convertible top. Some people get lucky, but I did not, so I have to get new cables. Okay, so I noticed this kind of black duct tape. Maybe it's from the factory, but everything else looks to be in good condition. The only thing is somebody tried to patch it with silicone, patch all the weather sealing with silicone, so that's something I have to clean up and maybe put brand new weather seals. This is a part of the convertible top. Okay, so to take the rest of the convertible top off, you actually have to take the weather stripping out, all of them. So, well, basically you have to take this one out, but in order to take this, there's a screw underneath here that you cannot reach without taking this weather stripping off. Now there's one more screw that's here. That's underneath here. Now you might have access down there. So put it back. To have access to that screw, you have to fold this top down exactly how I folded it down, and with some patience you can actually take that screw off, and the last piece of weather stripping comes out. Okay, so now we're going to take these brackets off, and it's held by two screws. Okay, so I'm taking the last piece of the, well, I have to take this one out too, but yeah, I'm just using a heat gun to take the convertible top off this frame. Okay, so there's one rivet here at the bottom. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this, tear it off, this rivet, and just drill it out once this top is off, since I'm not using it anyway. Okay, so to take the last weather strip out, you gotta take these two screws off. Oops. So the last piece of the headline is actually held with the seal with the glue. You gotta push the seal off as well. Okay, gotta use a heat gun. I think the headliner is finally off and I can take it away. Well, it took us, what, 2 hours to get this top off. Okay, so the frame looks pretty good to me. So the only thing I have to order is a pair of cables. Now, for me, the cables were broken on both sides, so they came off right away as soon as I took the screw off. The cables actually run, attaches here, but they run through, there's a loop on the convertible top. So they run through here, and then there's a perforated channel here, right in the middle of the of this frame here, and it is screwed down over there. So yeah, that's where the cable goes. And I hope the removal video helped you guys. On the next video, I will be installing the convertible top. Hopefully it'll go a little bit easier. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.